The #1 ranked Crimson Tide returned 9 starters from a defense that ranked 7th in the nation in total defense last season. And for the first time in several years, this year's defense is led by a very experienced group.
I like where we're at. I think the leadership is where it needs to be. We got to continue to develop the bottom of the roster with these young guys. It's a new year. I think those guys that are in that room, the DJ Dales, the Will Andersons, the Henry Tohotos, I think they remember the last 15 minutes of football that they played. All right, and it's not how we wanted it to be. And the bottom line, we didn't get it done when we needed to. We couldn't stop the run when we needed to. So I think that's still in the gut.
Stopping the run is a key characteristic of the Alabama defense under head coach Nick Saban, and that starts up front with the defensive line. Veterans Byron Young, DJ Dale, Tim Smith, and Justin Eboigbe return, along with some talented freshmen, including Jaheim Otis.
Obviously, I think the biggest thing up front is you can't make your own play. I think sometimes at every level we have guys that press, that want to make plays, and in turn you don't do your job, and that's when explosives occur. Whether we're not in our gap, our rush integrity is not right, we get a scramble, they create explosives. So I think we're better as a unit. I think Coach Roach does a good job with that, so we're expecting big things from him.
He was going away, you play back.
The 1-2 punch of this Alabama defense is at outside linebacker with Nagurski Award winner Will Anderson Jr. and sophomore Dallas Turner. Anderson led the nation with 17.5 sacks last season, while Turner finished with 8.5 as a freshman. But Anderson isn't satisfied with what he accomplished. Instead, he focuses on how the defense wasn't able to finish last season.
The defense, we have a goal like stop the run, this amount of points and stuff like that. And we're big on that this year. We're going to meet all those goals this year, and we're going to try our best to play as a unit and build that team chemistry and be a fast physical defense.
On the inside, Henry Tohoto returns for his second season along with fifth-year senior Jalen Moody, who is looking to be more consistent and make an impact.
Just try to make the strides of being a better player, as a leader, on the field and doing all the right things that I need to do, being in the better position, being in the right spot when I need to, and just doing my job, So I think I have made improvements in that area.
For Tohoto, starting year 2, he's more comfortable with the system, and it's his turn now to become a leader.
Schematically, feel great. The bond that I have with the players, it's beyond the charts that I could ever explain. Love every single player on this team to death, would do anything for anybody. And that's something that, when you come here, you create through the things that you do every single day, through the practices, the hard work, and, fall camp, being able to be here every single day.
Jordan Battle and DeMarco Helms are leaders in the secondary as both return as starters at safety. Brian Branch and Malachi Moore return at the nickel and dime positions, and at corner, starters Kool-Aid McKinstry and Kyrie Jackson return, along with LSU transfer Eli Ricks.
Eli sort of, with the injuries that he had and the time that he was off, it was really a more difficult transition for him physically, emotionally, mentally, to come from where he was to where he needs to get to be the kind of player that he wants to be, and we certainly want to help him do that in every way we can, but he is making very, very good progress, physically and on the field, in terms of grasping the system and having a better understanding of what's required of him to be a good player.
With 9 starters returning, including the best defensive player in the nation, along with some talented freshmen and preseason All-American transfer Eli Ricks at corner, this Alabama defense could be one of the best in the nation and one of the best to line up for the Crimson Tide in several years. Reporting from the Crimson Tide production studio inside Bryant-Denny Stadium, I'm Christopher England with Tide TV.